Morning, guys. So it's Thursday, December 19th, 2024. So I had a visit from a real rat last night up in my house apartment here. Came up the sewer pipe under the toilet and got up underneath my bathroom sink, and it ate out of the box of Rid-X that I use to treat my septic system. So I just finished cleaning that up. I got to go underneath the house and fix where it got in underneath. It bored through the insulation underneath where the pipe is insulated. So I'll get under there and give it a package of some peanut butter and Rid-X. So down in my basement this morning, I came down and just checked on the boilers. I do this a couple times a week just to make sure there's no issues. And I was greeted by something that wasn't real nice. I found out my sewer pipe was leaking, so there was water coming out of the pipe here down on the bottom. Go around here. Recently had a rat problem down here where it came in the corner there. I fixed it. I've got the peanut butter and Rid-X mix sitting there. So the pipe that you see coming up was leaking. It must have got hit. I don't know if somebody banged into it or what, but it was kicked over sideways and leaking. That's a Fernco boot. So I had to put the pump in the hole and pump the water out and get that. You might notice I got that big valve. See that big red T-handle right there and that valve? I can turn the house off, any sewer water coming down, by turning that ball valve. That ball valve was used, it's 4-inch, and that would have been in a big plumbing system, but I decided to put that in there so that if I did have an issue where I have to snake the pipe, I can stop all that water coming, because there's quite a bit of plumbing. You can see there's 2 apartments here feeding into that, and then the rear apartment is underground and connects outside here. But that was leaking and I had to take care of that. Got both boilers serviced now. They're working fine. I can hear the heat working to the back apartment and everything. So I'm going to be working down in here. My plan is this winter, on some cold crappy days to come down, I'm going to be clearing this basement of anything out of here that doesn't need to be down here. That old let's turn the light on, come around, I'll show you where this is where my water goes out back to the house. Over here, this is where it splits off from my water going back there. This hutch, I'm going to be getting this out of here. It's an old wood hutch. This actually came from the Navy base. Back in the day, if you were an officer and you brought your family, and you didn't have furniture, you could get furniture from the Navy. Still got the little tag, PO 76. It's interesting. Got the name on the back, serial number and everything. This is all wood. It's a beautiful cabinet, but I have no use for it, so I'm going to clean out the basement and get rid of it. This little contraption here, I haven't caught any rats in it yet. Supposedly they go up to the top of the stairs and they fall in. And I put the peanut butter on the trigger there. We'll see if they use it or not. Oh boy. This house is This house used to be called, this was Tommy Ryan's nightclub. First it was a speakeasy. It was a house, then it was a speakeasy, then it became this big, huge bar. And it was always a commercial property here. And then in the 80s, my grandfather bought it and split it up into apartments. And then I got it from my grandfather. So I got to keep coming down and checking on that to make sure there's no more issues there. Take you around to the garage. So the old wood stove's cooking. It's not too bad out today. The wind is out of the northwest, which is usually a cooler wind because it's coming from down from Canada and Alaska. Not much going on. I tried to slide the ass end of the truck over using my jack, which is how I slid it over that way. And I just couldn't get this old jack to move. And then I started realizing it's got a flat tire, believe it or not. One of the tires, the roller, is like square. So I just don't have enough ass to pull it over. So I'm going to go to plan B. I got another jack. I dug it up out of it's a smaller jack that I use. I'm going to try that one. Just don't have the muscles I used to, man. I mean, I could pull that shit around no problem when I was 30. Now that I'm 64. I know, I'm getting older, and that's what my dad told me. He says, one day it'll catch up with you. You're right, Dad. I'm from Rusty, Rhode Island.